Hi everyone, Dion here again. On my channel I got a review of, I think maybe a couple reviews, one for sure, of a one-leaf scope. Well, they reached out to me and asked me if I would do another review, but this time it was on it's called a Commander NV400 Eagle 2x26 times 50 scope. But it's not just scope. I think this is the most sophisticated scope I've ever seen. It's a digital day and night vision scope. Beautiful looking thing. I have it's not in the box now. I took it out of the box already, but some of the features that's written on the box is got day mode or starry or night. Of course, here in Newfoundland, we're not allowed to use night vision, but I'm still going to show all the details about the scope, of course. Video recording, it can record in 4K under 20 frames per second, 4K 60 frames per second, 4K 30 frames per second, and 2K 30 frames per second, or full HD at 30 frames per second. The night vision range is 1,300 feet. That's 437 yards. I can't believe that. That's amazing. Digital zoom, 13 power. It's got an e-compass. It got FFP or SFP switching. And I said before, one shot zero. It's got a button backlight, picture-in-picture, battery alert, 6 profile manager. That's all in the settings. I'll get into that because I think I can hook the scope through a USB-C cable to my TV screen, so you guys can see all the settings. That it'll be a lot easier for me to explain. The screen aspect, you can go from 16:9 or 4.3, and as an external HD port they ask for the TV. Yeah, so the rangefinder mount on the side. It's got a night vision illuminator that attaches to the top as well. It's all right there now. I'm going to show you a second. The mount illuminator or the rangefinder is optional. You don't have to have it. You can just use the scope as a daytime regular scope and just record whatever you're looking at, or wherever you're hunting. So it's got a micro SD port in it, and it can take up to 64 gig card. Takes pictures 4M, 2M, or 12 or 8, and takes pictures while recording. So I'm going to get into it as much as I can. A lot of things about this one is way over my head, but I'll try and explain exactly. Let's go open the box and show you because of course I got the scope took out and put on my gun here already. I just couldn't wait long enough. Okay, so the box, of course, packaged well. Lots of packaging, styrofoam or protection, and just got one of those cloths that clean your scope with. And then that's the night vision attachment, illuminator. Details all about it. And it's got two ends you put on the end of your scope, and they actually screw on just for your eyepiece. Just blocks up the light. One is a little bit longer than the other, which is convenient. And it's got that's the HDMI cable. Got all the Allen keys that you need. Several little different Allen keys. I got a couple, or more than a couple, 4 spare O-rings. That's for the caps and stuff. And a charger comes with it with the battery. Actually, there's one for the night vision illuminator and one on top of the scope as well that you can charge up using the charger that's provided. And you can take 2 different size batteries. So this cap, as you'll see here shortly, the batteries, you can get a smaller one or a bigger one. So this cap is a little bit longer than the one that's on her. So with this, you can use a bigger battery. So that's about it. Lots of stuff, lots of little things. So I'm gonna reveal the scope to you. I forgot to mention there was a owner's manual as well. Very detailed, a lot of stuff in here, so which is good, that's for sure. Beautiful. And I wish I had my gun cleaned up. My gun needs a major cleaning, but I'll zoom in and take a better look at the scope. But looks pretty cool. Can't wait to give it a try and see how nice it works. So I'll just zoom in closer and get a better look at the scope. Yeah, this is the night illuminator that attaches on top. It's pretty neat. The scope rings. It's got a place on top that you can attach accessories. You know, really neat. That's the rangefinder that attaches on the side. The scope is a little bit heavy, but I don't think it's a big deal. I don't like that the scope is sitting pretty high off the gun. I'm not a fan of a high sitting scope. I like it down close to the barrel as possible. But I'm probably going to try and see if I can come up with some lower scope rings to get her down lower. But as right now, I'm going to leave it as is, because the scope right now is sitting like maybe 2.5 inches high sight height, you know, so it's a little bit high. So then this piece here, that's goes on front of the scope, so that lets less light in the daytime, you know, because this thing got a really sensitive sensor inside of it that is really sensitive to light. So in the daytime you can put this attachment on front. So and that just screws on actually. That's a cap, and then I need my 2 hands to get this unscrewed. But anyway, this piece here comes unscrewed. I'll do it here shortly. This piece up in front just treads on to the scope cover. Right? There's a scope cover. You just tread it on there. It's pretty neat. Looks different, but I think it's a pretty cool looking setup. One thing I want to mention: this scope don't have like adjustable turrets like any regular scope, because like on this one here would normally do the windage of any other scope, but this one, if I can get this cover off here, is where the SD card, or the SD card goes, and then your USB-C and the HDMI cable. This scope don't work until you powers it on. You just can't look through the scope and see through until you powers it on. And it says it could run up to, I think it's 8 hours. So that's quite a long time. And once you got her on the gun, you want to sight her in, you use that system called one-shot zero, and that's all in the settings. Basically, you just what I'm going to do, I'm just going to bore sight the gun, and then take a shot, and then in the settings you can see where you can use that one-shot zero, and you can adjust the crosshairs that's on the screen inside. You'll see. I'll show it all to you. The best way I can explain it is without showing you. You just take one shot, and then you make sure your gun is pretty steady in a solid place. I'm going to use my table, and just put your crosshairs on the target that you were shooting at. And then there's a second set of crosshairs there that you adjust your scope. So you just pull your scope over to the crosshairs, covers the bullet hole that you just previously shot, and then that's one shot, and she's supposed to be dead on. So it's going to be cool to set up, and can't wait to give it a try. Here's the night vision illuminator. It's got this big battery that you can recharge with the recharger. You just put them in. First, you just screw on the cap. Okay, and then on the side it's got 3 different settings. You hit the switch, light one comes on, hit it again, 2, 3, and also it's got a far and near. You zoom, makes the light brighter at different distances, you know. So that's the illuminator. And like most regular scopes, you can adjust this back here to make your, I would say, the crosshairs for your own self clear as possible. And then up front, you can adjust the front to make your target more clear. And it's got all the buttons here. They all light up or in the dark, seeing it is a night vision scope when I need it to be. Then all the settings are on this one. You just push on the button, and I'll show that later once I get the scope connected to my TV screen so you can see it better. On top here is a 15mm battery compartment. You just take off the cover, and then there's the extra battery that goes inside. This is where you can add a second cover. You can get a bigger battery so it's sticking up higher. So this piece here and accessories in the box that they send with the scope, it's deeper, so you can take a bigger battery. So it's pretty convenient. As I mentioned, this one is for the menu, so you just click it and hold it, and the menu come up, and then you can just turn, click, click, click. Like you can hear the clicking. You go up and down in the menu. Also, this button, when the menu is off, you click it once, and it activates the rangefinder. These here is for night mode or day mode, and then the front one is short press is video, and long press is you take a picture. And then this one over here is a light for the scope back in this end, so you can see like in the nighttime or whatever. And on this end you can push it to watch the videos that you've recorded. Also with this one, if you long press it, you'll get the picture-in-picture mode. That's what I was talking about earlier. And also on the side here is the most important one, is just the power button. You just hold down on it with your thumb or whatever for a second or two, and it turns on the scope. Okay, here's my scope set up now, looking out my driveway. That's my trash can out there up beside the road, and I'm just using the scope to show you the picture of what you see, the video of what you see looking through the scope. I got my scope connected to my TV screen, so you can actually see it much easier this way. I think it's pretty cool. Okay, I'm just going to push down on the menu button, and you'll see all the settings come up on the left hand side. But if I shut that off, just by pushing it and hold it again, and click it once, you see the green dot come up here. You see at my trash can is 51 yards away. Well, it's pretty neat. So I'm just going to go back to some of the settings and just run down through them. And okay, one more thing I was going to show you. You tip your gun back and forth, and you see over on the right hand side -2. It shows you when your gun is level. That's a pretty neat feature as well. I like that. Up on top, that little red flag just shows that the rangefinder is working. And on the left hand side up high, I don't know if you can see it right up here, in the scope you can see for sure, it gives you the direction of how you're pointing. I'm pointing to the northeast right now. This is a little bit of add-on. I don't really need that, but it's pretty cool. So I'm going to hit the menu button. Hold down. Then you got 7 different reticles. You click on it, and that's all the ones that you can go with. And I just like that last one down there that's just the way I like it, I guess. So that's what I'm gonna. Oh, I went wrong there. Go back again. Go down. Hold. Select. Okay. Push and hold the. Okay. 0. Wrong way. Shot 0. That's where I was telling you where you can't sight your gun in like in any normal scope using your turrets. So you just click on shot 0, click it once, and you see the crosshairs, of course, and then at the bottom it says move red reticle to bullet hole while keeping the white reticle on your point of aim. So then press and hold the video or picture button to enter and save the interface. So right now, just pretend I shot at that trash can right there and I missed over to the right a little bit. So you turn the crosshairs. So I'm going to put those red crosshairs wherever the bullet struck. So if it struck there, you just click it and then it's saved down in the bottom. It says, let's say, save by hitting the video and picture tab that's on the back side of the scope there, which is easy to see, and you just push and hold that, and then the next time you shoot, you're gonna shoot wherever your red crosshairs is, which is pretty neat. So all you need to take is one shot, and then your gun's dead on. You just follow your bullet. You can shoot again if you want, and if you're out a little bit, do the same thing. Just adjust your crosshairs to wherever your bullet struck the target, and it's a pretty neat feature, I'm sure. So then you just drop down to reticle. You can change the different colors of reticle by just like red. If you turn the menu dial, you can zoom in, but I don't want to zoom in right now. So zoom back. There. Push and hold. Okay, I'm back to that menu, and as you can see, there's all kinds of stuff there. I don't know all of them, but you got quite a list of things that is all in the menu that you can go through and figure it all out. So you just change your settings. I'm on 4K. I'm going to go down to 30 frames per second. Full HD is good enough, I think. Yeah. And then pictures, 12 megapixels, that's fine. 10-minute video clips, that's fine. Auto record, I don't want that on. Sound record is good. Then you just change the different color settings of your brightness of your scope. I'll go past all that. Magnification, go on past that. It's all kinds of stuff there. Some of these things you can like day, starry, and night. You can actually adjust on the outside of the scope, not in the menu as well. So compass calibration. There's the process is all there for you to see how to do that, and the gyro calibration, same thing. Clock settings. So it's quite a list of stuff. So there's lots to read up on and figure it all out. Okay, I'm here at the range now, and I got my TV screen with me so you guys can follow along. You can't see. I'm going to zoom in so you can see it better shortly. But I'm going to use this this feature, Shot 0. I got my gun roughly in line with I just like bore sighted there when I put the scope on. So I should be pretty close. So I'm going to zoom in, and you can follow along as I adjust the crosshairs, so you get an idea how easy it is. It's a pretty neat feature. So here we go. Got my target out there 55 yards away. This is a 223. There's my target up there. That's looking through my scope, which is pretty good. I'm gonna try to go over there now and shoot her and see where she's shooting. Make sure that she's in line. I want her dead on at 55, so that she's roughly, according to the ballistic, she's gonna be dead on again at 240. So we'll see once it gets set up here. Okay, here we go. she's shooting, oh, I'd say 6 inches to the left. I'll zoom in now on the target so you can watch. Okay, of course the circle is here. She shot over here. So now I'm gonna set up. You just watch now as I recenters my gun. Okay, that's dead center there. Now I'm gonna click my menu. And see 0 shot up in the top yet. Away. Click that. Now I'm gonna see the red crosshairs leaving the white ones. Now the crosshairs was there first. Now they're over here, right on the dot. So she should be dead on. So now that the crosshairs is over there, I'm going to take another shot now at the target again and see how accurate it's going to be. Okay, I got to press the video and the camera button to confirm it. Successfully saved. So I'm going to give her a try, see how close I'm going to be. I've never tried this before, so this is pretty exciting for me as well. Bring her over. I'm going to zoom in so you can see it better. There you go. That's pretty precise there for sure. Going to go up a little bit. Not too much. Right there. Now I'm going to zoom in so you can see the next shot. There's my crosshairs. Now all I'm going to do is pull the trigger and she's supposed to be dead on. So we'll see how good this works. Second, look at that. That's not bad at all. See that? One shot. Yeah, it did on. Okay, here's a video I took using my scope itself. That's the audio and the videos is recorded on the scope. So this is 178 yards away. I just zoom in, there's a few seagulls. I think if I wanted to take them, I could easily do it. Of course, when you zoom in, I'm on 8 power now, it's digital. So you lose a little bit of quality. But I'm going to turn on the ballistic calculator and show you how it works, and you can see how the scope adjusts for the correct distance. And that's 178 yards away, but the following shoreline, there's a few ducks over there. See how far that is now. 785 yards away. So right there somewhere. I should be able to get them. It'd be pretty neat to try, but it's not a good day. It's snowing, so, and I don't have a license anyway to hunt these ducks. Alright, here I am in the nighttime, snowing a little bit as you can see in the screen. But I was hoping to find some seagulls in the nighttime as well, so you can see how good it is. Anyway, as you can see, the scope works excellent in the nighttime as well. I mean, that's 180 yards away. And just use my eyes, I can't even see the cabin. So it's pretty amazing. I'm very impressed. I was hoping to get some better nighttime footage of some wildlife and stuff, but I was really struggling
to try and get some animals in the nighttime. So I did end up getting a couple of fox. So that's what I got to had. You'll see it on the next clip. Okay, here's the fox, and if you have any idea about a fox at all, you'll know that these things can't keep still. And I struggled to try to run some tests with the scope on the fox because it just kept moving around, so it was a little bit difficult. And here I have a second one. This thing is quite a ways away. I think it's like 245 yards away. And again, if he could keep still, I could do some zooming in and give you some ideas of how good it is. But I do zoom in one step here, I think a little bit closer. But I never really got a chance to do any tests with the lighting because, again, he wouldn't stay in one place. But it's great. You can see that you can easily take them if I wanted to.
Okay, it's time for a conclusion, I guess you'd say. My thoughts of the scope. I think it's the longest review I've ever done. But the reason being, there's a lot to review. This scope is packed full of all kinds of specifications and technology that I'm not used to, and not in a scope anyway. I'm really impressed with the scope. I love the fact that I can record, and not just record, but the quality of daytime recording. The video through the scope was beautiful, really, really good quality. The sound quality was great, and the video wasn't bad. I checked online at other scopes similar to this one, and this one, the price is great. You know, it's much better than a lot of other scopes, so that's a good thing. It's cheaper, and like I said, it's got some great features, and I think if you get one, I think you'll be impressed. A few things that I didn't like, I guess you'd say, about the scope was it was a little bit heavy. You know, I wish it was a little lighter, but you know, I can deal with it. It's not that heavy, but I wish it was a little bit heavier, a little lighter. And then setting the ballistics, for example, the weight of the bullet, you had to turn that dial, like mine was 3,600 feet a second. So you had to turn that a lot of times to get up to 3,600, you know. One other negative thing I guess you can say is that, you know, it's a battery operated scope. Day or night, you've got to turn it on by battery. So it's a little bit frustrating that, say, if you forget to charge the scope up, that if you got in a situation that, you know, the battery went dead, you'd be kind of frustrated. I was hoping that you could just look through the scope in the daytime at least and see through the scope, but no, it's got to be powered on all the time in order for it to work. But the battery life's supposed to be 8 hours, which is great. So, and I did notice that it don't take very long at all for it to power up. It's just a few split second, that's all it is for it to power up. So if you're in the woods in a situation, and just say from moose, okay, you seen a moose coming there, you hit your button to power her on, and the chances of being too slow is, you know, it's pretty slim. So I'm just trying to think about some negative things, because I am impressed with the scope. I've never ever used a scope so, I've said it before, so sophisticated as this thing. As for night vision, you know, we're not allowed to use night vision here in Newfoundland, but when I did look through it just for a test, I was impressed. It's crazy how you can be in total darkness and turn on your light here, your IR light, I think he calls it, night vision light, basically. That's what I'm gonna call it anyway. Yeah, you can see, you know, turn it off, and it's just total blackness. But turn it on, and yeah, I was really impressed. Really impressed. I hope you enjoyed the review. There's a lot of stuff to discuss in this scope, and I might not have covered it all. I'm sure there's going to be somebody notice some things I did forget, which is fine. There's lots of reviews on them, and but I hope I done a fair fair review, and I feel like I did. So if you are interested in buying one, the links will be in my description. You can go purchase it. And now I'll leave you with some very informative information that I found on One Leak's website concerning the scope. And like I always say, thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll try to reply to every comment that I get. See you on the next one.